Well, hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I bring you the latest from Roborock. It is the Roborock S7. Yes, this is the latest robot vacuum from Roborock to be released. It's not quite yet on the market for sale. I'll go ahead and do an unboxing now and let you take a look at what is different about this robot vacuum in comparison to my S6 Max V. There are quite a few changes. We'll go ahead and get into that now. So looking at the box is your typical Roborock box. Nice graphics on the front of it. This looks like this is the white version. You flip it on the back and it talks about all of the good stuff that we're going to talk about today, so stay put. And we'll get into all the changes on this robot. And this is a pretty drastic change for Roborock. Alright, so right here we already see the first change. This is the new vibrating mopping pad. It doesn't vibrate itself, the actual robot makes it vibrate. And I just so happen to have my mopping pad for the S6 Max V here, where we can compare the two of them. And right off the bat, make sure you can see this, they look to be about the same size, the mopping pads. They are the same size. The new mopping pad is a different material. This is more of a thin. This feels thicker, like there's some in depth to it. Overall, it is a little bit of a different design. I'll assume they are definitely not interchangeable. It doesn't look like they are interchangeable at all. And you see here on the back, this is where the mechanism on the robot's going to go in and vibrate this mopping pad, and it's supposed to allow the mopping pad to be able to agitate stains, tough stains, and get them up better. This is what they call the viborize. And essentially the robot is going to vibrate this, and I'll show you that mechanism here in a minute, and like I said, agitate those stains. Also, the mopping pad, it has the ability to detect carpets and lift the mopping pad up off of the carpet. So we'll look at that a little bit more in depth here in just a second. And here is the S7. It is a white model. I believe you can get this in white and in black. It feels a little heavier than the other Roborock models. I don't know if that's the case or not. Charging base. Looks like it's just a standard charging base like we see on the other robot vacuum models. And so here is the goods here. And so we have several changes on the bottom. That's why I went ahead and switched straight to the bottom here. This is the mechanism right here. This little metal bar that is going to move back and forth and is going to vibrate this mopping pad. So this should just slide directly into here. Get it in the track like that. And this mopping pad right here is going to vibrate. And that's what makes this S7 so unique, is the mopping feature. And this is what makes it more unique than any of the other models. So if you're getting one of these to mop, you may want to look at the S7 over the other models. This is supposed to be better. Now, of course, we're going to run it through tests and we're going to compare it to how well it mops against the S6 Max V. I may even put it up against some of my iRobot mops and see how well it does. But if you're interested in a mopping robot that also does vacuuming functions, this is probably the one, especially if you have carpet and floor. Like I said, this Viborize can sense whether or not you're on carpet or if you're on floor, and that sensor is right here. This little hole right here in the front will sense whether you're on carpet or floor. Even if it transitions to carpet, it's going to lift this mop up off the floor, so you're not dragging this mopping pad that's wet and dirty across your carpets. That's a very good feature. Also, when the vacuum is on the way back to the dock and it is finished mopping, it will also lift this up so that you're not dragging dirty mops across your clean floors. So another good feature. The other big difference here is with this brush roller. So here, let me grab my S6 Max V real quick. Let me hold these side by side so you can see. Here these are side by side, and you can see there's already a couple of differences. For one, the water tank on the S6 Max V is visible from the bottom, and on the S7, the water tank is not visible from the bottom. It is supposed to be the same exact size, however. And as you can see here, when you start looking at the bottom, you can see the design differences. First, we have this mechanism here we talked about a minute ago that's going to vibrate the mopping pad. But the other big difference we have here is the brush roller. As you can see, Roborock has gone to a different brush roller style here with the S7. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to continue to do this. Forever, they've had this brush roller as a mixture of rubber and bristles, and it's worked quite well with their robot vacuums. We'll see how well this works. If it works better, we'll see how it works with tangling hair, and I'll report that back to you. But let's look a little bit more in depth in this S7. So, looking at this roller brush, let's compare it directly to the roller brush that I have here on my S6 Max V. I will say overall, dimension-wise, I would say that it is a little bit lower of a profile. It does have a little spiral twist to the rubber, and also there's little nubs on the edge of the rubber slits. You still have the removable ends that are excellent for Roborock vacuums that allow you to get hair tangles off of the end. I'd imagine this might do better with tangling hair. It might be easier, obviously easier to remove the hair. One big difference there is we have changed brush rollers at Roborock. Let's take a look here together. We still have our cliff sensors here on the bottom. These will essentially tell the robot when it's about to go over stairs and allow it to back up so it doesn't go tumbling down your stairs. We have our side spinning brush here that looks unchanged from the previous models. The wheel motors look unchanged. The front wheel here looks unchanged. The charging contacts here at the front look pretty much so unchanged. So the biggest changes to this S7 on the bottom is with our roller brush and with the vibrating mopping pad. Now let's flip it over and look at the top real quick. It is a good looking robot vacuum for sure. Do we have a clickable sensor here? Yes, we do. So the LiDAR cover here is clickable, and what that means, as I said before on other robot videos, is that if the robot bumps into something and it clicks this, instead of damaging this and potentially damaging the LiDAR which lies below this, it will reverse and back up. At the very top we have a home button, we have a power button, and we also have a spot cleaning spot cleaning button right here to allow you to set it down anywhere you want, and it will do a spot cleaning mode. So other changes to the front of it, we can see a pattern difference here, and that's probably because of the vibrating mopping pad. We see these this accent here around the LiDAR, which looks like ripples going away from the LiDAR. We have the button here on the very front for the water tank. Looking under the cover now, we can see that some things have changed. For one, they have dropped the onboard tool storage. And what I mean by that, I think I have one over here for you. Yes, the other robot vacuums have come with one of these, which is to basically cut hair off of your roller brush, and also a brush to clean it up with. This is no longer included with the Roborock S7. I guess with the new roller brush style, they don't need it. And also we see a new style dustbin here. The lettering of Roborock is printed here. You probably can't pick that up on the camera. We have a reset button here and a Wi-Fi light for when it is connected to Wi-Fi. So let's take a look at the dustbin and also under it. Let me see if I can get you to see here. There is an access panel under here, and when Roborock releases the self-emptying dustbin that is compatible with just this model so far, which is supposed to be coming out in Q2 of 2021. When they release that, it says right here on the sticker, air inlet, remove this piece if using the auto empty dock. So let's go ahead and remove this, get it out of the way. It's just a little small door. So I will put that back. And really the only thing I see behind there is it just looks like an air vent. I don't know if you can see that very well. Let's see if it picks up on the camera or not. But there is just an air vent back there, and that's what they call it, is air inlet. The standard inlet right here for sucking up debris off the floor is pretty much so unchanged. So let's look a little bit closer to this dustbin container right here. Interestingly, I don't see anything on this side that would correspond to this air inlet cover that I took off. And the dustbin is a different design. So with the design, now that you open it from the top, you release it from the side like this and pull the filter out. So for the first time, these filters are different than the filters you saw on previous Roborock models. These are the filters that they used on the previous Roborock models. I am sure that it is the same material, still a HEPA filter, but it is a different design, so these will not be interchangeable. Another large difference with the S7 here. I also like the way they have this filter put in here. I do like the design there, and has a little grab handle to pull it out. Looks like it only goes in one way. Let's see if we can figure that out. Yep, snaps in place there. Close the lid. So under the lid, that is what we're looking at here. It is the same size dustbin as the previous models, so nothing to worry about there. Let's see here on the side. We still have our side sensor. This will tell the robot how close it is to the wall. And I don't see anything other than the front sensor here, and of course your LiDAR sensor. So other than that, that really is the main difference. I'm really excited to get this robot out in the house and see how well it vacuums on my carpets with this new brush roller. I'm very excited to see how well it mops, put it up against my S6 Max V here in mopping test, and alongside some of my dedicated mopping robots to see how well it does. Does it stack up well against them? Is this truly the robot vacuum for you, where you need one to mop and only one to do that and vacuum? Is this the one device for you? We will find out. Stay tuned. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video and share it out with your friends. I appreciate you taking time. Look forward to more videos on this guy coming up in the very future. All right? Thank you, and take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye.